Hello. For this vlog, I'm gonna kind of be going through some of my experiences with stereotyping, especially in the workplace. So I work at a country club here in Ohio, and I'm in member services, so I get to talk to a lot of different people. And I've definitely experienced some stereotypes working there. The one that sticks out in my mind was it was about 2 years ago. I was working member services. This one guy, he came in and he was a member. He came in with his wife, and he came up to my desk and just started talking. Very nice. He was an older gentleman, and he started asking me, "Oh, like how long have you worked here?" I told him, I'd worked there for about 2 years at the time. But I was coming and working on my summer break because I was obviously in college. And he goes, "Oh, okay." And then he asked me what I was studying, and I said that I was studying business. I said I'm a business pre-law major as well as a management major and a communications major. He goes, "Oh, like that's awesome." And then he starts talking about how he's like, "Oh, I can tell by the way you present yourself and the way you speak that you're going to be really good." And he said, "Women, they really succeed when they get into the business field." And he starts talking to me, and he was very nice. But then he starts saying, "Oh yeah, these business guys, they would much rather sit in a meeting looking at a pretty girl than an old man." And I kind of thought to myself, okay, I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or not. So that was just kind of one example of sex stereotyping. Pretty much saying that I'll get hired, the way I took it at least, is that I would get hired because I was a female, and I guess I'm prettier than a man. And these men, and especially in the business world, would much rather sit in a meeting looking at a woman than they would a man. And that was only one of the instances. A lot of times during work, I would also be asked to help out with certain situations. We're also a resort as well, so a lot of the hotel guests will come in. We also have a lot of events that go on, and for some events, things will get crazy, stuff will happen, blah blah blah. Well, a lot of times, some people will come up to the desk and something will happen and they'll be upset, maybe they'll be crying or something. And if there's a man working, they'll instantly come and get me and have me console her, have me, take her up to the restroom, get her tissues, stuff like that. Which I understand because I get maybe it's more of like a comfort thing, but I also think men should have the ability to do the same. If you're just kind to somebody, it shouldn't matter whether you're a male or a female. Being able to console somebody if they're upset. So I think that's just a few things that I faced in the workforce that have really stood out to me, that are more gender specific, I guess. Yeah, and a lot of times, like, I feel like also too, I won't really be taken as seriously as some of my male coworkers. I feel like a lot of the men that come in will think that they can pretty much say anything to me just because have a smile on my face and I'm a nice person. I try to be. They think that they can pretty much say whatever they want to me, and I'm supposed to sit there and take it. As opposed to some of my male coworkers, they treat them with the utmost respect, shake their hand, very respectful. And I feel like a lot of times I don't get the same, conversations with some of the men. So, like I said, those were just a few things that I've seen. And I also think that in itself can also resist people. A lot of stuff that's been going on in the media has been, especially in the business world, like women have been harassed and they felt like they couldn't say anything. And I think that one stereotype is that men have a lot of the power when it comes to business, and that has kind of made women stray away from trying to enter that field. I could be wrong, but in my eyes, it kind of makes it almost like oh, women, you don't want to go into that field. That's a men-dominated field. You don't want to do that. Or some women might feel that, oh, well, if I go into, you know, the HR or something like that, then I'll be faced with all of these different issues regarding men and I won't be treated the same. And all of these stereotypes that have been faced with women and men, I think, have kind of diverted people from the path that they might want to take out of fear for being, you know, pressured to be a certain way or pressured to fit a certain mold. But, you know, I guess we still have a lot of growing to do. But thank you. This is my vlog.